One of the most underestimated tool in lead generation is Omnichannel outreach. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a world-class Omnichannel outreach campaign in less than 20 minutes, and it's going to be basically free. Let's get into it. Omnichannel is exactly what it sounds like. Essentially reaching out to prospect from different channels. Some of these different channels typically include email and LinkedIn, but they may also include Facebook ads, Instagram, Twitter. Now this sounds complicated, and honestly it used to be, but with how good these tools have gotten, it's now so easy and basically free. Now let's show you exactly how to do this. First, you're gonna want a world-class omnichannel outreach tool. Now for the purposes of this video, I'm gonna be using Closely HQ, and that's because it's a world-class tool, but most importantly because it is on sale on AppSumo right now. So if you click on the link in the description, you can pick up Closely at a price that's basically free for a lifetime subscription. Now, normally this tool can cost $150 a month for just 2 accounts, but if you use this AppSumo discount, you're gonna be getting it much cheaper than that and for a lifetime subscription. All right, so go ahead and purchase Closely. Now that we're inside, this is what the back end looks like. So some other really neat things about Closely before I get into how to actually set up a campaign. They have a built-in calendar tool that is just like Calendly, but better. They have a leads finder so that you can pull leads directly from Closely. You could set up extensions, integrations, all of the things that you're going to need to do. But let's go ahead and get started. Let's go to the home page. And now I'm going to move over to accounts. This is where you can link all of your different LinkedIn and email accounts. Now, for the purposes of Closely, this integrates LinkedIn and email. So you can build campaigns with multiple platforms of outreach. And you can manage your entire organization. So if you have 10 employees that all want to have their own LinkedIn and email campaigns set up, you can do all of that right here in Closely. So it's very powerful for that reason. So to start off, you're going to add a LinkedIn account. You can click on that here, put in your email address, password, confirm the password, and then sync your LinkedIn account. It's probably going to send you a verification code that you're going to have to enter. Once your account is successfully verified, it's going to ask you if you want to put warm-up mode on. If you're new to automating your LinkedIn account, then click that box and enable warm-up mode. All right, now that your LinkedIn is successfully connected, it's time to add your email account. So you're going to click add email account, and you can sync directly with Google or Outlook. Now the great thing about this is you don't even need to pay for a Google or an Outlook account because it's going to be going with the connections on LinkedIn. You can only send about 50 connections per day as it is with current limits. So you can use a regular free Gmail account to get the job done. You're going to go ahead and continue with Google or Outlook, sign into your email provider, and it will automatically sync your email account just like this. So now I've got ianmonroewrites@gmail.com, and as you can see here, I've got a business email as well. And I've got the Ian Monroe LinkedIn account synced. Everything looks good. Now it's time to set up a campaign. All right, this is going to be the bulk of the video and where most of the value is. So please save this video, come back, jump around, and make sure that you've really mastered this. So we've got both accounts synced. Very important to have an email and a LinkedIn before you go into setting up your campaign. Let's go ahead and click New Campaign here. I'm going to title it Lead Gen J, and then you're going to select a LinkedIn and an email account that you're going to use with this campaign. Now, very powerful. You can select LinkedIn and email accounts to use for your entire organization, so it makes it very easy to set up multiple campaigns. You can also manage account limits here, so if you want to increase the number of emails per day, you can do that here. Now, for regular Gmail accounts, I recommend keeping them under 100 emails per day, under 50, ideally if you can, to not get blocked, but you can send up to 200 per day. Okay, let's go ahead and save and next. Now, very important here, for Omnichannel, you're going to need 2 things, a LinkedIn profile URL and an email address to contact that person. For that reason, we can't use most of these options. So you can typically import from LinkedIn search, use post engagement, messaging people from events, messaging people from groups. But for the purpose of this campaign, this Omnichannel campaign, you're going to want to import from CSV. Now, there's lots of different tools where you can scrape LinkedIn and get emails and LinkedIn profiles. I talked about Scrup in a previous video. I use Apollo for all of my data. So I went ahead and I exported a short list from Apollo that I'm going to be using here today. We've got a little over 1,000 contacts that I'm importing into Closely right now. All of those contacts have an email and they have a LinkedIn profile URL. It's going to automatically try to match the information. We have first name, last name, company, email, and LinkedIn URL. Everything else I'm going to, for the most part, ignore. Now let's go ahead and save and next. All right, now this is going to be the bulk of the video right here. It's setting up the steps in the campaign. Now you really want to think strategically about this as you're setting up the campaign. And I encourage you to freeze as I'm doing this, take a screenshot, pause the video, and copy the format that I'm using in your own campaign. So some of the options that it gives us here: send an email, connection request, view profile, LinkedIn message, endorse skills, and like post. Now you're going to want to follow in a very intentional sequence. And that sequence should go as follows: view profile, next like post, next connection request. And this is really warming that contact up. They see that you viewed their profile. They saw that you liked your post. Now you're connecting with them. These are multiple different signals to make that connection request a lot stronger and increase the likelihood that they actually accept it. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to use one of their templates that they built in. My industry niche is PR. Now feel free to play with this, and if you want a list of all of the templates that I actually use in my business, you need to join my online lead community. You can also download 8 million leads and get access to all of my templates. The link to do that is down in the video description. All right, so that's the connection request. Let's go ahead and add a next step. By the way, we're adding 1 day between these actions. You can do a little bit more, but you can't do any less. So now that I've sent that connection request, I want to send them an email. And that email is going to mention something about that connection request. All right, so I wrote a very simple email here. Subject line, LinkedIn connection. Hello, first name. And as you can see here, it adds a fallback phrase. So just about every LinkedIn account will have a first name. But just in case they don't, you can change that fallback to something else. So hello, and if they don't have a first name, hello there. We just connected on LinkedIn. I'm really looking forward to discussing a partnership with their company name. And if they don't have a company name, your company. Now, this is something that you do need a fallback for. Lastly, would you be opposed to a quick chat so that we can get acquainted? Now, when you connected your email, you already set a signature, so that's going to be added automatically. So, very simple email. You can also link to a calendar. You can also offer a lead magnet, lots of different stuff that you can do. The important thing that I want you to get out of this isn't the copy, it's the sequence and the intention behind the sequence. Definitely mention that LinkedIn connection when you're emailing them. It brings it full circle, and it's going to make them think that you're actually connected, that you're talking in multiple areas, and they actually know you. Let's go to the next step. So next, after you send an email, I like to endorse them for skills. So endorse skills after that email. You can do it before, you can test things. I like to do it right after. After you endorse them, you can go ahead and send a LinkedIn message finally, assuming that they accepted your connection request. Because you just emailed them, typically they'll go into their LinkedIn if they didn't already accept it, look up your name, and now they'll be able to accept that connection request. Looks like I lost the test that I was working on, so this is one of the active campaigns that I'm actively running. So after you endorse them for skills, now you can send them that LinkedIn message. Assuming that they accepted your connection request, you can actually get a message through. So this is where you will include a calendar link, include a link to your lead magnet, try to get a call to action in there. And this is just one of the templates that they give me here. Feel free to experiment with these and see if they work for you. I like to work on my own copy, and this is where I'll typically go for a call to action, either to the calendar or to a lead magnet. Me personally, I like to get them off of LinkedIn as soon as possible. So if I can get them to respond via email or get them to book something, that's going to be my goal at this point. Okay, the next step after I send that LinkedIn message is going to be to send a follow-up email. So if you leave the subject line blank, it's going to go in the same thread as your original email. And this works really well because it's as if they didn't respond, as if they didn't see it. And I like to say, did you get my last email name? I'd love to chat about whatever it is that you do. You can mention that LinkedIn connection request. You can also link to your LinkedIn if they want to go there and see you personally. All right, so boom. Now we've got a 7-step sequence and we're ready to launch it. We have verified our campaign and our audience. Here is all the people that we've identified. Now I'm going to sync all contacts from campaign with webhook, and I'll show you what that means in just a second. I'm going to save as draft to not start. I want to show you one more thing. Now there are a lot of different ways that you can do omni-channel outreach. Now I want to show you an advanced thing that you can implement right now within this campaign that's very easy to bring it off of email and off of LinkedIn and target them across multiple different verticals. Now to do this, I'm going to come into integrations. And as you can see here, we've got webhook. We'll go into the settings and see what this is. So Closely has the ability to scrape the emails of the people in the campaigns and send them via webhook through Zapier or through whatever integration software that you use to other channels. So here we're going to create a Zap catching webhook, and it's going to give you a URL to use. So you're going to copy this URL and paste it in Closely. You're then going to trigger Facebook to add the email to a custom audience in your Facebook audiences, which you'll create for this specific campaign. Now it's going to populate all the personal emails from those LinkedIn accounts into the custom audience in Facebook, and then you can use that custom audience to retarget, showing ads to all of the people that you're contacting via email and LinkedIn. So let's go ahead and apply these changes. If you want to use Closely those leads, webhook, email finder, you can, but it is going to cost you credits. As you can see here, I have 50 credits available per month. However, if you wanted to, there's more advanced things. Once you webhook that into Zapier, you can use something like Clearbit to identify that person's personal email address and then retarget them on Facebook. If you're getting value so far in this video, please hit a thumbs up so you see more like this in your feed. You do not want your competition to get an advantage by watching my videos, and you're not. So make sure that you're subscribed, and you need to make sure that you're signed up for my free lead generation course. The link is down in the description. I offer so much value on there. I give you all of the secrets for free. But if you need additional help, contact us and we can do some done-for-you stuff as well. All right, if you're ready to start your omni-channel outreach, go to AppSumo using the link down in the description. Pick up Closely during this Black Friday sale. And if you're watching this video after Black Friday, go into AppSumo anyways, see what omni-channel tools they have available, and if they don't, you can go and find one elsewhere. That's another lead gen video. I'll see you in the next one.